Well, this is an interesting movie, especially for your directorial debut. Where did the idea came from?
Yeah, I knew I wanted to do something found footage style, so I knew this was an idea that I could do in that way. And on top of that, I had been thinking about how and why we apologize, and whether there are different kinds of mistakes, or how those mistakes translate into being deserving of an apology. So this was the result of that line of thinking.
So when you were writing the screenplay, how did you try to structure your story, with the characters and, especially leading to the surprise ending?
Right, yeah, I knew I wanted to keep the ending till the end. The mysterious aspect of it is we don't know who one character is, we don't know who Henry is, and I knew I wanted to save that towards the end of the second act. And I don't know, I do follow a typical like Joseph Campbell screenwriting structure, hero's journey kind of thing, but I also don't do note cards like a lot of other writers. I tend to have certain beats I want to get to, and then I kind of let myself explore to get to those points. So I use that same method for most things.
Now, I would like to call it a found footage, but it's more like a video diary.
Yeah.
And you always wanted to go with this route because wasn't this like kind of done before?
Yeah, well, we've seen it mostly in horror films, and I wanted to see how it translated with a drama. And on top of that, this is a very intimate film, and you're very much a part of Lola's life. And I wanted you to feel as if you were experiencing it from the perspective of the person who she's making this video apology for. So that's why I decided to use that type of style for this particular story.
Now, the cast that you use here is small, intimate, and they're practically your friends. Could you talk about recruiting your friends onto the production?
Right. They all are my friends, actually. We all met each other in Doug Ward's acting class, and Anna Marie Canoyer plays Bree, and she is my best friend in the film and my best friend in real life. Travis Quentin Young plays Sam, the love interest in the film, and him and I had done a lot of romantic scenes together before, and we knew we had that on-screen chemistry, and we'd worked together. And the rest of the cast I was friends with as well, and some of them even agreed to do it before they read the script. And I'm just really fortunate to have very, very talented friends.
You wore many hats: producing, directing, writing, and acting.
Yeah.
What was the most difficult for you?
God, I don't look at any of them as necessarily challenging, because they are challenging, but I look at them as like an enjoyable challenge. You try to get better at it every single day, and you're always learning new things, and you're never really at a point where you can kick back and say, oh, I'm great at this thing. You always have to work hard. So but the one that's the most emotionally draining, even though ironically it's the one I do the most, is writing, because you're alone. It's a very solitary process, whereas acting, you're with other people, directing, you're with other people, and writing, I just hang out with my cat, and her and I like bounce things off each other. But yeah, writing is very emotionally draining. I love it though, and it's the majority of what I do, and it's a huge part of the process, because for me, it all comes back to the script.
Now, usually when I talk to people who direct and act in their own movie, they're the biggest critics of themselves. Were you like that?
Not until, not until just now. Now you're making me nervous. I feel like I should be. No, I think I'm really realistic with myself, and I think some actors don't like to watch their work. I actually do like to watch my work, if only because there's things that surprise me that I didn't know I was doing. And my acting teacher says there's two kind of actors. There's the kind that know how well they did, and there's the kind that has no idea. And I'm typically the kind that has no idea. Like, I'm in it, and I hope I do a good job, and I've done all my homework, but I don't leave being like, I nailed that or I didn't. So when I see my work, I figure out like, oh, that preparation worked for me, I liked that scene, or like this one didn't. Yeah, I'm a perfectionist like everybody else, but I also am okay with things not being perfect, because you have to have learning experiences.
So you're going to direct again, and in the same similar fashion?
Yeah, I'm actually attached to direct a adaptation of a young adult novel called The Summer of Naked Swim Parties. And that is a dramedy, which is similar to this, because there's moments where you laugh and moments where you cry. And it's called The Summer of Naked Swim Parties, and it's set in 1970s Santa Barbara. And I am adapting the script from the novel, and I'm set to direct the movie.
Now, I do want to say is that you use a unique process to promote your film by trying to gather apology letters. Explain a little bit about that.
Yeah, so as part of the film's outreach, we have been collecting anonymous apologies online, and we've gotten hundreds, thousands, I don't even know, a lot of letters from fans around the world. And They're totally anonymous. We don't know who they are, and they just send us their apologies, and we post a new one every day on our website. You can submit or find them at lolaslastletter.com, or you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, Lola's Last Letter, and we post a new anonymous apology every day.
Now, I do want to let you know, I have an anonymous letter right here. I don't know who handed this to you, me to hand to you. Why don't you go ahead?
Okay.
Go ahead and open it, and let's see what secret this is.
It says, I love you, and then on the back it says, I'm sorry. Let's see what this
It's probably
says.
blank.
I hope it's appropriate. We get a lot of different ones. So
Oh, really?
I don't know what it's gonna say. Oh, wow, this is a long one, but I'll highlight the important parts.
Sure.
It says, I'm sorry that I didn't think you were worth the risk. I'm sorry we can't ever be more than friends because of the limitations I placed on myself. I'm sorry that I like you wasn't enough, and it's from KLD.
Oh, see? And so the letters are just like these then.
Yeah, that's a perfect example of the kind of letter that we got.
Well, you know what? You're doing a good thing, and hopefully it becomes an inspiration for something. And who knows? One of these letters might turn into a movie, right?
Right, you never know. Submit your letters. We'll find out.
Hey, thank you, and hey, appreciate this conversation. Good luck with your future projects.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.